Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where this time we're going to be doing a character review and discussion for Tech, a member of Clone Force 99 from the Bad Batch. He is the second member of the batch that we have covered so far. We did a video on Crosshair. Check that out, it'll be linked to it at the end of the video. But Tech is probably the second most well developed member of the batch. From his time first appearing in season one, or technically the technically first appeared in the Clone Wars, but just going to focus on his appearances in the Bad Batch because there wasn't enough screen time in his initial appearance in the Clone Wars with the rest of the group to kind of give him a lot of depth. But what we learn about Tech over the course of the Bad Batch, he starts off as a very cold, robotic, kind of emotionless member. He's more of their gadget guy. He's, got all the know-how as far as hacking into systems and setting up complex computer algorithms, things like that. And, he's their computer guy. The name Tech kind of implies that, but uh, yeah, but as far as emotionally connected to the other characters, he does seem kind of cold and uncaring. He's very pragmatic. But what we learn throughout the course of the series and the more time he spends with Omega and going on this journey with his brothers in the group, he really kind of opens up and kind of shows that, he tries really hard to relate, and it's just difficult for him to show emotion just because of how he's wired. Um, Season two really focused on him a lot more. In season one, he was just kind of there, participated in missions, had a few moments here and there, but season two really took his character in a great direction. He opens up, he spends a lot more time with Omega, kind of forming a bond, teaches her how to fly the ship, and really sets up her character for the development that she would experience later on. And I think the ultimate thing about Tech is that he is ultimately selfless. Like he is, all for the cause and all for his brothers. And even when he doesn't agree with a certain plan or can point out flaws in a certain plan, he never hesitates to back them up in what they want to do. And that's very important aspect of his character, I feel because like I said, he starts off, cold and kind of just there, and then when things really get serious and it comes time for them to really put it all on the line, Tech is ultimately the one that sacrifices himself to save the rest of the group, to save Omega. And that's a big turning point of the series and a big, you know thing that's led up to in the finale of the second season. Tech's death would not have hit as hard if he hadn't have been focused on and had the development. I think if that same fate or something similar had befallen him at the beginning of, or excuse me, the end of season one, I just don't think it would have had the impact on the fans that it did. When he ultimately makes that fall, you really feel it because you've seen him develop these relationships with the other characters. You've seen him really step up and have his moments, and you realize like just how crucial a part of the team he is, you know? And you can see that in the way that the rest of the group, responds to his absence. I mean, they are devastated. Not only have they lost their tech person, so to speak, but they've lost someone that really deep down did care about them and care about the cause. So I'm going to give Tech an 8.2 out of 10. I think once again we have one of the most well-developed clones of the era, and the Bad Batch specifically is a really good show in my opinion because it really does take the time to develop the characters. If you can get past the first season where it's more about establishing everyone's personalities and getting to know them, the second and third seasons really take the development of these characters over the top. So, yeah, Tech's going to be an 8.2 out of 10. I appreciate you watching the video. Hit that subscribe button, helps out the channel a ton. And as always, may the force be with you. Now let's blow up that like button and go home.